have been following me until now. Now we go to question D. Prepare the direct material usage budget and a direct materials purchase budget. Okay, now direct materials, we go to the yellow box. The yellow box says there are 3 types of direct materials in a kite: nylon, ribs, and strings. And it says nylon costs $10, ribs cost $5, and string $2 per kite. Alright, so that is what we want to put in. Nylon direct materials equal budgeted production. You take nylon $10 and you times the budgeted production, which is this, because we know that nylon costs $10 per kite and we produce 97,200 kites. Okay, so we take B5, which is nylon cost, and times G14, which is the budgeted production. Again, similarly, we can do the same thing with ribs. We take 5 and we times budgeted production. Similarly with string, $2 times 97,200, and then you can calculate the total sum using sum function. This one. Okay, so we know that in order to calculate how much of the direct material we want to purchase, we need to take into account how much we use in the production, how much we want to have at the end of the period, and how much we already have at the beginning of the period. So similar to the way you calculate budgeted production in unit, you calculate direct material purchase. So you put the value of the direct material used in production here from the top. So nylon is this amount, rib is this amount, and string is this amount. Okay, and then how much we want to have at the end of the period, we go back to the green box and you look at the finished goods, the direct material, nylon, rib, and strings, beginning and target ending. So we take the target ending column. For nylon, that would be 7,000. Okay, for rib, that would be 3,200, and for string, that would be 1,200. So you see that I always use reference cells. I do not put direct figures in any of this. And last beginning direct material, again we use the beginning column. 5,000 equal 3,000 and 1,000. Now the formula would be the direct material used in production plus targeted ending direct materials less beginning direct materials equal the amount of materials we want to purchase. So again we use the formula plus and minus this. Then you use the same formula for other. So you can copy. If you copy here, means you copy the formula. And you want to paste. Okay. So copy and paste in Excel that has formula means you copy the formula and you paste the formula. Okay. Now we've done D. Now we've moved to E. We prepare a budget labor for labor. Okay. Now you will not see any beginning or target ending for direct labors because labor is not inventory. You cannot store it. You just can use it. So whenever you produce, you use labor. So to calculate the budgeted direct labor, we need to know how many units we will produce. So we need the budgeted production here. So you can put the budgeted production here for your use, or you can take the budgeted production directly from the original budgeted production in unit. Yeah. So I can put it here. It's just a way so that you don't have to scroll all the way up if you have a very big budget. Sometimes you want this information to be brought forward to your current sheet so that you don't have to go back very far. So in this case, I can have a reference cell for budget production here. And assembly, in terms of hours, we can calculate in order to produce 79,200 units of kites, how many hours we spent on assembly. So in this case, we use a formula. You look at the orange box and you see that in terms of hours, assembly takes half an hour. So we take half an hour and then we times the budgeted production. So we have 39,600 hours. And for packaging, it takes us 0.1 hours to produce one kite, and we produce 79,200 kite. So that is 7,920. So in terms of cost, we know that, again, we look at the orange box, we know that assembly, the people who do the assembly is paid $30 per hour. So we simply take $30 here and we times the number of hours that they spent. Again, the people who do the packing only paid $15 per hour, and then it takes them 7,920 hours. We have the total cost. So the total cost, again, you just take the sum of these two columns, and that's it. Okay, so in this video I just illustrate how to do the part 1. In part 2 I will do it in the next video. I hope you have follow me in the illustration. There's one thing I want to remind you, I just want to repeat here, is that in Excel we always work with the initial data input. We want to keep it separate, and then for all other reports that we produce that based on that initial data input, we will use all reference cells and formula, so that when we want anything that changed that lead to the initial assumption change, initial data change, we just need to change in the initial data input, and everything else will change accordingly. Okay, thank you for listening and watching, and see you in the next video.